You are my star. This is a channel of affirmations, appreciations. I've been inspired by so many people. I want to inspire and just make people feel better than they can sometimes in this world of loneliness, competition, meanness, anger. So I write songs. I wrote down this one: bully, racist, sexist, braggart, liar, thief. Beyond belief, beyond belief. Commander in chief. Yeah, it's amazing to me that some pretty good people that are just kind of lost and don't know what to do and believe, you know, charlatans like Trump. He is a bully, racist, sexist, braggart, liar, thief. All those things. And some good, so many tens of millions of Americans vote for him. It's unbelievable. There's something wrong that's the kind of guy you want leading you with all the worst qualities about the way he says grabbing women. Convicted of sexual assault, sexual abuse, I think, fraud, many times. Skipped out of the Vietnam War and then makes fun of generals and says that John McCain wasn't a hero. He got captured. I like people that weren't captured. So he doesn't like POWs. So how can you be supportive of the POWs and vote for this guy? I think we're mad. America has gone mad, and the quicker we're done with Trump as one of our leaders, the better. Psychopath, the psychopath. So, yes, this is You Are My Star, and it should be positive. That was my bad. The Democratic National Convention just got over. This is Saturday, 2 nights ago, and they did a really good job, and just positive, and all colors, all sexual orientations, all religions. That's what I like about them, is they're inclusive, like my mother. Inclusive. You belong with us. You belong. We all belong together. I like that. In Chicago, I have my dad's little medallion, 1968 delegate to the Chicago Convention from Arkansas. That's nice, baby. 68, 78, 88, 98, 2008, 2018. So, 55 years old. I don't know, but I've got it. I should be wearing it. Okay, let's do this for you. Like I say, positive. And I think you're supposed to, I don't know, some rigmarole to pick out the right one. That's not how I do it. And like horoscopes, I think a lot of it's just basic common sense that applies to everybody in almost any situation. So we'll stop. This is for you guys. Resolution. The forces that may threaten you are now in a position to be eradicated. This must be done without thought of retreat, wholly in the open and without violence. You cannot involve your adversaries in battle, for in acknowledging their strengths, you engage them and give them power. Instead, you must deny their power by making a firm, public resolution to grow in the direction of what is good for your welfare. No compromise is possible. Resolution must spring from your heart and must be voiced to your friends, family, and community. Let others know fully of your intentions to overcome obstacles. I like this, man. Your relationship to society at large may require you to announce the truth frankly. Open truth can lead to danger, but danger can be a very good thing. Your attitude should be friendly but uncompromising. In personal relationships, you may now openly make a resolution to overcome difficulties by making progress in constructive directions. This will surely strengthen the bonds between you. When taking a stand in righteousness, however, be certain that you harbor no internal manifestations of the difficulties you've resolved to overcome. You cannot fight corruption with corrupt motives, injustice with self serving interests, or lies with hidden deceptions. In the process of making a public resolution, you must openly examine all aspects of yourself. Wow. If you are filled with self satisfaction and pride, dismiss these attitudes in order to grow further. If you are miserly in accumulations and information, distribute them to others so that more will flow through your hands. One who is too full can develop no more and can only invite collapse. All right, pretty heavy. Pretty heavy, and I like it. So this is a positive station. I like that. I think that's positive. I think art is positive. Yeah, there should be a opening there. C'est la vie. C'est la vie, baby. Kind of like that one. What does it say at the top? Immanent and transcendent. The gods are enshrined in the hearts of all. It's probably the Upanishads. Kind of like this one. What does it say in the middle? The ultimate supreme dwells in the hearts. The ultimate supreme dwells in the womb of the cosmos. I can't read that. Which is born into me, and its face is everywhere. Sorry. What I like about art is, I'm not saying I'm the greatest artist, but like up here, does this need something? This is so light. The horse is so light, but I like it. So I want something up here maybe. I'm not sure yet. It's just fun creating. And, you know, the challenge, the uncertainty, the joy, the spontaneity. All right, this is from the Tao Te Ching. Surrender yourself humbly, then you can be trusted to care for all things. Love the world as your own self, then you can truly care for all things. Love the world as your own self. That's nice. I don't want to go through all these. I kind of like the colors. I kind of like the teddy bear floating. Should that one be called Floating Teddy Bear? But that one says, the ultimate supreme dwells in the womb of the cosmos. Is there anything else I want to show you? Oh, well, sure, why not? I'm doing a lot of the Eiffel Tower, and some with the thing in the middle that's open and some that aren't. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. What do you call it? Motif? It's a motif. But What's that say? May we live with love for all. May we live in peace with all. That's probably the Upanishads. A floating teddy bear head. My motif of the Eiffel Tower. Wise, immanent, and transcendent, holding the cosmos together. I'm into the horse motif. Tao Te Ching. I like this. Not exalting the gifted prevents quarreling. Not collecting treasures prevents stealing. Not seeing desirable things prevents confusion of the heart. Nice. Here's my heart and my horse motif. Wisdom is a life of selfless service. Ain't that fantastic? Wisdom is a life of selfless service. Wow. Oh, I kind of like this one. And I got in, this is what I'm doing now. Some of them are at the, trying to get prints or what's it called, digitized. So this is bigger than before, and that's something I'm doing right now, and I want to do more of it. Put that down first, and then paint over it. Many good deeds can be done in this life. I think that's Dhammapada, the Buddha. In the golden city of the heart dwells the Lord of love, sets right all doubts and dispels the pain of wrong actions committed in the past. I think that may be the Vedas. When I said the Upanishads, that may be the Vedas. The Vedas came before the Upanishads, and then the Bhagavad Gita. These are the Hindu texts, or holy books, I guess you would call them. But the Vedas were first, and maybe one of the very first religious books in history, 6,000 years ago, 5,000. And we don't know. These guys, I think in the northern India. So the writing's called the Vedas, these beautiful spiritual poems is what I think of them as. They didn't come out of nowhere. They came from somebody that they knew. And it came from 1,000 years before that. Or it's hard to tell. I think Jesus had some great teachings, and he learned a lot of them from other people, or his mom, or the priest, or his grandma. The greatest commandment is, love God and love each other. That's pretty nice. He might have heard that from his Aunt Sally. Can you tell I got into that? So again, that's what I'm doing recently. These are 2 songs that I wrote and refined, so these aren't the copies, but they're the what happened before. Yeah, the horses are pretty, and I'm kind of into it right now. Don't worry about what you're doing. If it feels good, don't worry about it. Follow your bliss, follow your heart. I have good friends, and they don't make fun of me I showed them some of my art, and I have a print for one of my friends. And it's nice to have a support group. I'll call it that, but it's basically friends and family who care about you, love you, support you, and are positive, are affirming. You are my star. That's what this is all about. My mother was just a cheerleader. I think I've told the story. I don't mind telling it 100 times. There's a party at my parents' house, and she's on the porch, and Aunt Kay's coming down the walking up the driveway to the house, and my mom's going, "Yay, Kay! Yay, Kay!" And then maybe a little bit later, Uncle Hal is walking down the driveway toward the house. Yay, Howl! Yay, Howl! Fucking cheerleader, man. Cheerleader of life. Make me cry. Why haven't I seen other people do that? Why haven't I done that? What an example. Thank God for my mom. So the Eiffel Tower, kind of fatter, fuller. I kind of like it. Here's what's funny is you do something like this, it's a little different. You kind of go, I kind of like that. It's a little different. And then you try to repeat it. You try to do it again. And from my experience, it's never, I don't know. Now, some of these other motifs I'm doing again and again. But, well, maybe I'll try this. I don't know. I felt like, okay, it's special the way it is, and maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. And yeah, I don't know. I like that because it's different, but I don't know if I could do it again. Yeah, I like colors. What's this one? Vast is the ocean of sacred words, which enlightens the universe with divine vision. Yeah. Divine vision. That's all. Hope for divine vision. And I want to try this one again. Nothing's, this one's hard to read. I don't think I could read it. Nothing's perfect. And one good thing about painting for me is, understanding how limited I am and how imperfect everything I do is, and that's okay. And perfection doesn't really exist on the human plane. And so this, I did something a lot of times, and if you paint, you know what I mean. Maybe there's a little mistake right here, and so because of this mistake, maybe I feel like I need to do something to cover it up. So I do this to cover it up, and then I look at it and I go, oh, that looks like arms. I kind of like that. It looks like arms. It makes the Eiffel Tower into a person. So again, that's something I'll try that again because I'm talking to you now. It's making me focus more on what I feel like I should do. Like I think I should try to do those two in another form or another time and see if it works. I'm happy with those two, and if that's all that works. Oh, and I will say I folded up. This idea of imperfections. I had a horse, sort of like this, sort of like one of those. It was okay, and I did some work on it. I did some more work on it, and eventually, in a way, luckily, I would say luckily, I just folded it up and threw it away, which I know is good for me, teaching me, hey, this is fun, you're enjoying it, and some of it's not going to be very good, and you just toss them and don't worry about it. And that's, anyway, that's what I did. And that's a good thing for me. Throwing away some of my art is a good thing for me. Humility is a great word. Trying to stay humble. And I was talking to somebody, can be kind of vain, little smarty pants. And, what I say is there's no way the things you know or the things you don't know are 1,000, 1,000,000 times bigger than the things you know. I don't care if you're a fantastic engineer or doctor or musician or painter or whatever you are in your knowledge base. There's so many things out there, so much information. You'll never come close. I think Einstein, one of the smartest people ever, was pretty humble about that. Let's just talk about history. The history of China, India, Russia, Philippines, Nigeria, Uganda, Argentina, Vietnam, Chile, El Salvador, Canada. I'm just talking about history. I'm not talking about nuclear physics, or I'm not talking about uh, the Renaissance, or there's just so many things that you'll never know because there's only so much you can know. Even the most brilliant guys. I'm really getting into this guy named Glenn Gould. You can check him out on YouTube. Glenn Gould. He died at 50. It was kind of sad. He'd been on pills and stuff. Thorazine? Anyway, he was on some heavy stuff. Maybe schizophrenic, maybe on the spectrum, whatever that means. I don't really know what that means. But emotionally troubled, but brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And some of his videos are fantastic where he's explaining about music and classical music and Beethoven and how to play things differently and should the artist have some personality in playing the classical pieces. He would say yes, and I kind of like that idea. Not just going to a symphony and hearing the same thing every time by different people. He would say, no, man, you got to bring your own heart and soul into this. And, sometimes you can listen to people that are smarter than you, and even if they leave you behind and it's hard to understand what everything they're saying, some of it sticks, and a lot of it's interesting, and he's really interesting just talking about music and classical music and, why he likes this guy and not that guy and why he thinks early Mozart is fantastic and later Mozart is not very good. And he's very opinionated, um, but I find him pretty fascinating and fantastic if you watch him play. Uh, I don't know enough about classical pianists, but I know watching him play, he's he's a master. He's a master of the piano, and I play some piano, and I love the sound, and so to see a master of it, it's nice. This is You Are My Star. This is positive vibes, I hope, for humanity. And hopefully you become good at something. It can be cooking. I watch some cooking shows, and that's a big deal. It's partly a big deal. Actually, I'm not bad at a stir fry or, uh, yeah, I use a lot of herbs and spices, and that's, I think, a big part of what I do. It's fairly simple, but herbs and spices make the world go round. So maybe there's one or two things that you do really well, and three or four things you do well. Yeah, and there's some things you don't do very well. Oh, forget about it. You're a human being. A lot of times, what you do well is you enjoy what you're doing. I became very good at basketball for different reasons. Probably to get away from my dad, or to have something solid and comforting, and being around other people. And also, you could play basketball by yourself. I like that too. but I became good at it because I did it all the time. And I'm becoming better at cooking because I do it all the time. And I think I've become pretty good at lyrics and with songs is because I've done it 45 years. Or no, 45. That's about right. A little more than that actually. And painting. Uh, and really, what do you enjoy? Do you enjoy walking, painting, writing poetry, writing essays, whatever you enjoy? Working on your car, uh, carpentry. I'm, I'm not worth a shit at carpentry, so I if somebody is, it's really impressive to me. That's kind of funny, isn't it? If you're not good at something and you see somebody that is, it's kind of like, wow, look what they can do. And like you can't. What is that? It's appreciating others. That's really important to appreciate others. That's a terrible thing. Well, I'm not even going to go there. Sorry. Started to get back into politics because that's uh, that my one of my loves is politics because politics runs the world. We're having a housing crisis around the world because we're bad at politics. We've done this. We've let greed and profit motive and wealth take over and destroy, a good community instead of building a community of equals and a community of love and decent housing for everybody and not so much stress and competition and dog eat dog. So that's what we need. We need to be positive and affirming and also in our politics, not just in our words and our actions. Part of our actions is politics. Who do we elect? Or sometimes you have to run for office, not just elect somebody else, but definitely got to vote for a better system. And I would say it would not have billionaires and it would not have poverty. Could we do that? Of course we could. No doubt. Right here. Right here. That's what decides that, baby. Let's do it, my friends.